So the number is one, right? Who is there? I don't know. But yeah, I'm back. So Namo Buddhaya everyone, and today I'm going to share something, some knowledge and some wisdom again. So oh, who is he? This is a new one. AASHISH Assis Pajiar. Hi sir, good evening. Good evening, Assis. So he's first today, and I have pinned him. So today definitely I'm going to talk on Mahasamadhi. Okay, now this I have taken from, like, at last you will see in the thumbnail, from the book called as, named as Death by Sadhguru. So yeah, welcome Ashish Pajiar. Where are you from, Ashish? कहाँ से हो आप, आशीष पजियार? Okay, till then he is typing. I will just continue. Today topic is Mahasamadhi. What is Mahasamadhi? आखिर महासमाधि क्या होता है, और उसका क्या आध्यात्मिक महत्व है? And definitely we will take a lot of suttas. We will talk about Buddha. We will talk about Shiva. We will talk about all those highly spiritually advanced beings, right? As I always do in my live videos, most of the time. I'm from Kathmandu. Wow, that's nice. So I was in Kathmandu last time, uh, but now I'm not in Kathmandu. It means you are definitely from Nepal. So welcome. I am also from Nepal, from Janakpur, and let's start uh, the topic. And if you guys have any question, then you can definitely ask me any question, like your personal problems, you know, the problems of teenager. Feel free to ask me question. Definitely I will answer all your question, um, and try to help you. Okay, so let's begin with the Mahasamadhi. Now this is a little bit tough, little bit complex topic, but it is definitely beyond, it is definitely within our human intellect. So uh, this is chapter 5. So chapter 5, Mahasamadhi. Okay, so Mahasamadhi is the end of the game. Mahasamadhi is the end of the game. The cycle is over. Okay. Okay, what is Mahasamadhi? Mahasamadhi is the end of the game. The cycle is over. There is no question of rebirth. It is complete dissolution. You can say this person is truly no more. Okay, this person is truly no more. So it is like Mahasamadhi is literally a full stop, a kind of full stop. Like after that, the cycle is over, and there is no question of rebirth. One will not take birth again, because that is a complete full stop. In Hinduism, it is called as Mahasamadhi. In Buddhism, it is called as Mahaparinirvan. Okay, so you can say this person is truly no more. So now Samadhi and death. What is the difference between Samadhi and death? Samadhi and death. People often make association between Samadhi and death. They think Samadhi means a death-like situation. Okay, it is far from that. The word Samadhi has been largely misunderstood. It is made up of the word sama and dhi. Sama means equanimity and dhi means buddhi, okay, or the intellect. If you reach an equanimous state of intellect, it is known as samadhi, right? So the fundamental nature of the intellect is to discriminate, okay. This discriminatory quality is very important for the survival. You are able to, first of all, like I will go through once, and then definitely I will explain in all the languages like Hindi, Nepali and everything. I'm planning in that level, but slowly that will uh, come to you. But and all those animation in the animated form, everything will come in that way. So you are able to discriminate between a person or a tree only because your intellect is functioning. If if you want to break a stone, you have a discrimination between the stone and your finger. Otherwise you will break your finger. Discrimination is an instrument that supports and extrudes the extent of the survival present in every cell of the body, okay. If you transcend the intellect, you become equanimous. But this does not mean that you lose the ability to discriminate. If you lose the discriminatory intellect, you will become insane. What do you mean by insane? For example, if you start eating food, and someone has served you beauty like the delicious food, and you start eating, and immediately you thought that, oh, someone has um, serve me this food, and maybe there will be the poison in that food. So what should I do? uh, they want to kill me, and immediately you started to like make that food and the rice ball as uh, a punch, and you started to throw on the same person who has provided you the food with a very good intention. uh, and you are thinking now that is a some sort of granite or hand granite, and you are trying to kill that person with that food. Now that means insane, isn't it? If I have a discriminatory intellect right now, I am making this video, I am live here, I am talking about death and samadhi in a very discriminatory way, and you are listening it, and your brain is open. You are trying to listen. You are trying to understand it at least whatever you can. It means at least your brain is open. There is no door, at least no barrier. Whatever is coming, it is just coming, right? So that is the main function of intellect. Now if I will try to break one stone, okay, and if I kept that stone like this and I started hammering like this, isn't it? So the moment I started hammering like this, so if I don't have a sharp intellect, what will happen is I will break my finger. I won't be able to break that stone, because won't be able to discriminate which one is brick and which one is stone and which one is my finger. So definitely the discriminatory intellect is very much necessary. Now moving further, in the samadhi state your discriminatory intellect is perfectly in place, but at the same time simultaneously you have a transcend you have transcended it, okay. In samadhi state your discriminatory intellect is perfectly in place, but at the same time you have transcended it. You do not make a distinction, you are simply here seeing life in its true working, okay. The moment you drop or transcend the intellect, discrimination cannot exist, right? So the thing is, the moment you drop or transcend the intellect, discrimination cannot exist, okay. Everything becomes one whole, which is the reality, okay. It is discrimination, that is why we are able to say this is I and this is you. The moment you won't have this type of the moment you will transcend your intellect, there will nothing be called as you and I. There will be just I and I, if you want to say, or other words, if you want to say you and you, then it will be just you and you and I, okay. uh, okay, so the moment you drop your transcend the intellect, discrimination cannot exist. Everything becomes one whole, which is the reality. A state like a state like this gives you an experience of oneness of existence. Okay, that at that moment you will feel that we all are one. Before that, do whatever it is not possible. Okay, so the unification of everything, that is, and that is why at that moment, at the state of Mahasamadhi, you will feel the unification of everything. Okay, in this state, it means in the state of Mahasamadhi, there is no time or space. Even you will lose time and space as well. So the time and space are the creation of your mind. Okay, now this now this time and space are the creation of your mind. Actually this time and actually in yogic tradition and the yogic culture, time and space do not exist. It is just a creation of your own mind. Okay, which is creating this all illusion. Okay, once you transcend the mind as a limitation, time and space does not exist for you. I will give you the best example on it. So once you transcend the mind as limitation, time and space does not don't exist for you. So what is here is there. So what is here is there, and what is now is then. So there is no past or future for you. Everything is here in this moment. Okay. So there is no past, because see, because there is time. Now see here, here this leaf is fallen here, right in front of me. Here is the Asoka tree, you know. So now I'm just saying that this leaf is this leaf, and I am. So now this leaf is different, and I am the different. I am a human, and this is a leaf, right? So it is just because of my intellect. The moment I will transcend this intellect to the next level, to the transcendental, to beyond the buddhi, which is called as the Buddha. If you are above, like, uh, I'm taking this from the Sadguru. So Sadguru says that if you are above the buddhi, you are the Buddha. If you are in the buddhi, oh yeah, like if you are above the intellect, buddhi, you are Buddha. If you are below the intellect, you are Buddha. And if you are in the intellect, you are, that is a constant suffering. Like, that is a constant suffering. Okay, so how to keep this? I should keep this here like this. uh no, it is getting a trouble, right? So it is like that. It looks nice, right? I should keep it like this. So that is why. Now now have you ever noticed one thing, that when you are quite happy, when you are pleasant, and when your wishful thing has happened with you, and then you will feel that, oh my god, you will be like in heaven, and how time will just fly away. You won't even notice even a second that how time has passed away. But the moment when someday you will be feeling so miserable, so worried, and so stressful, right? So you will be feeling that each and every second will be moving like a time bomb, isn't it? So why that happens is because uh, in your experience the time has become like a year, but the time is same as it is. So in the yogic tradition, in the state of Mahasamadhi, there is nothing called as time. And if there is no time, there is no past, there is no present, and there is no future at all, right? So all become one. Even time become one, even the space become one. So time and space, it is just an amalgamation of time and space. So everything seems like the same, but still your intellect is on, so you won't be insane. That is why those beings are very rare. Okay, I will catch you soon in 1 minute, and then we will continue further. Samadhi is the state of equanimity, Just I will take 1 minute of break. Live will be on. So I am back. Uh, okay, I think I need to share this first of all so that it can be reached to the maximum number of people and they can come and they can join. So okay, so I have shared on Facebook and WhatsApp as well on Messenger so that it could reach up to the maximum one and they could also get benefit from it, because definitely I want them to reach to the maximum users so that they will get benefited from this and they can also get out from all this suffering and all those dukkha. And that is why I always come live to share my knowledge, to wisdom, and to grow together. So now now we'll continue in the samadhi state. Our Yeah, in samadhi state your discriminatory intellect is perfectly in place, but in the same time you transcended it. Okay, so you do not make a distinction. You are simply here seeing life in its true working. The moment you drop or transcend, the moment you drop or transcend the intellect, discrimination cannot exist, right? So everything becomes one whole, which is the reality. A state like this gives you an experience of the oneness of the existence, right? The unification of everything that is. So in this state there is no time or space. Time and space are the creation of your mind, and once you transcend the mind as limitation, time and space don't exist for you. Okay, so what is here is there, what is now is then. There is no past, no future for you. Everything is here in the same moment, in this moment, in the same moment, right? So now samadhi is the state of equanimity, where the intellect goes beyond its normal function or discrimination. This in turn loosens one from this physical body, a space between what is there, what is you and your body creates death. Uh, okay, this in turn loosen one from their physical body, a space between what is you and your body is created, right? So death means of physical body is completely lost. Now one thing I want to make it, I just don't want to read it like so that you will get bored, isn't it? So it is saying death means the physical body is completely lost. You know what, there is a we have many many types of body actually. So this is a physical body, and there is also called as uh, because the word atma is very much famous, but in buddhism there is there this concept of atma do not exist at all. So they don't believe in atma. In buddhism there is no atma, and in hinduism there is the concept of atma. So let's say that energy body, or for the better understanding, if you want to say that, okay, to just to try to understand that, it is called the atmic body or the ethereal body. Okay, in which like in death, like we loses our physical body. Now I am here with this flesh and bones. I am talking now, I am speaking to you. You know, my face movement and everything is just working because I am alive. But what happens is, when someone dies, the physical body is lost. Now they don't have a physical body, but still the consciousness exists. Now this consciousness, the word consciousness here can be easily misunderstood, because conscious means be. People used to say normally in day-to-day life, be more conscious, right? But that consciousness and this conscious is quite different from each other, right? So that is why this is a little bit different. So the death means the physical body is completely lost. There is no contact with the physical body. Now the moment someone dies accidentally, they sometimes they feel that they are still in the body, but after a while they will understand that they are not inside the body now. Well, see, why I'm making this today's video on the topic death, because that is the most prominent thing, I think. In 1 second, two people are dying, but no one cares about the death. Now see what is happening to the entire plant and everything. Now the world is becoming so insensitive towards the plant, animals, and all those nature, that they don't care. They just want to make a profit, $1 million business, $1 billion business, do whatever the hell they want. But they just want a damn money, damn profit. Just if they want, if they are willing to kill someone, they will kill someone. Now see, these days in all the news and everywhere, you will just see that, oh, this has killed them, that has killed this, and so on. And this all is happening just because of the greed. The like the ultimate is the greed. So it is very important to understand death first, if you really want to understand this life better, because we are already creating a lot of death of plants, and definitely on the global uh, burning issues like global warming, which is one of the uh, which is one of the biggest problem these days in the world. That all the day you will be listening from this country or that country. Just see now the earthquake has came, right? In Myanmar, in Burma, Myanmar, and Thailand. So you have seen that millions, yeah, millions, will say millions be okay. I think so. So the almost 17 millions people has been affected, and thousands has lose their life, isn't it? So now they all were thinking in such a way that they all are mortal, but the moment one twisting of this earth, and they just are gone. What was their fault, Semi? So we all are just being busy in our day-to-day life, and we don't have a time to even think about uh, this all liberation and coming out of the suffering and dukkha. Rather, we all are busy in the competition, just because everyone says us money matters, right? And because the money matters, everyone is in the race. But even though if you really want to earn money, that is not a way how you will earn, right? But definitely I don't want to go in that topic right now. So because our today's topic is death, so let's be on the death. And those who have really mastered the death, suppose you have mastered your own death, suppose I have mastered my own death, then you will really enjoy this world. We are creating a lot of misery just by our own imagination and our own brain, right? But in reality, there's nothing called as misery, and there's nothing called as happiness. When we are elated, we feel happy. When we are down, we think that, oh, we are too miserable. But actually, you are suffering your own intellect, you are suffering your own imagination. Because uh, if we have such powerful imagination, if we have such a powerful intellect, we have to utilize it for the sake of good, isn't it? But what we are doing, we are just multiplying our misery in so many ways that uh, we are just crying, weeping, and yelling. And before like few years, like when my grandmother died, and it all happened with the situation when my grandmother passed away, died, left her body. That is so many ways to say the same word. So immediately I understood that whatever the hell I am doing, like my engineering job, high paying salary, this, that, all those rubbish dreams, you know, those all are useless. Because at the time of death, definitely only one thing will be going in my brain: what I have done with my life. And the fear of death makes the life even more miserable. So rather rather to rely on weeping, yelling, and blaming other, I chose to dive deep inside the death and to really know what death means actually, what life means actually, why we are here, why we are born, and why we are here, what is our purpose, from where we have came, what is consciousness, what is life, what is death. uh, do death happens suddenly, or it happens in the sequence with the time? Now these questions became so prominent in my brain that now answering this question, uh, and finding the answer of this question became the uh, motive of my life. And that is why I am here now sharing this heavy topic, death. Because no one wants to talk about death, right? Because they feel scared, they think that they are mortal, they are immortal, and they are never going to die. But the moment you will understand that you are mortal and you have limited time, you won't waste your even single second on the rubbish stuff. Okay. And like I was just watching YouTube and seeing this and that, they were talking about something and something. I thought that someone is busying boyfriend, girlfriend, and all those stuff, but still they are not finding the real happiness, because that is just an apparent happiness. The real one is deep inside you, and for that definitely you have to block all your senses and all your sensual pleasure. Okay, so the question arises, do I have known that uh, ultimate truth? No, but I am on that path, so definitely that makes me happy. So saying so, let's move further with the reading material. So the space between what is you and your mind creates a uh, yeah. So the death means the physical body is completely lost. There is no contact. There is no contact with the physical body. Samadhi means the physical body is intact. Okay, we'll move further. Now, samadhi means samadhi means that the physical body is intact. Samadhi means the physical body is intact, but the contact with the physical body has become very minimal, right? So, what means what death? What do you mean by death? Death means that you have completely lost your body, right? So I will read it once again for you. Death means the physical body is completely lost. Okay, uh, there is no contact with the physical body. Samadhi means the physical body is intact, but the contact with the physical body has become very minimal. Okay, so for the sake of understanding, uh, for the sake of understanding, people have categorized samadhis into 8 different types of level. Wow! Now this is interesting, right? So for the sake of understanding, people have categorized samadhis into 8 different types of levels. Okay, of these 8, they have been broadly categorized as a sabikalpa and nirvikalpa samadhis. Okay, Sabikalpa Samadhi and Nirvikalpa Samadhis. Sabikalpa Samadhis are the Samadhi which attribute Samadhis with attributes, uh, Samadhis with attributes or qualities. Okay, they are very pleasant, blissful, and ecstatic. Now, Nirvikalpa Samadhi are without attributes or qualities. They are beyond pleasant and unpleasant. Those who go into Nirvikalpa Samadhi state are always kept in a protected state because their contact with the body becomes very minimal. Okay, the smallest disturbance like a sound or a pin pin prick can dislodge them from their body. So these states are maintained for a certain period to establish a firm distinction between oneself and the body. Okay, now it is significant step in one's spiritual evolution, but still not the ultimate. Right, now that is interesting. This line is very important, and that is, it is a significant step in one's spiritual evolution, but still not the ultimate. Right, it is significant but not the ultimate. And this the important thing here is that uh, for the sake of understanding, the people have categorized samadhis into 8 different types of levels. Okay, of these 8 types, they are broadly categorized. Of these 8 types, they have broadly categorized as sabikalpa and nirvikalpa samadhis. So if someone will ask you there how many kind of samadhis, definitely there is 8 kind of samadhis, which has been further categorized into savikalpa samadhi and nirvikalpa samadhi. Okay. Now what do you mean by savikalpa samadhi? Savikalpa samadhis are the samadhis which attribute with attributes and qualities. So now in savikalpa in savikalpa samadhis there are qualities, right? Which type of qualities or attributes? So they are very pleasant. Now these type of states are very pleasant, they are very blissful, as well as static. Okay. Sometime I used to go in this state these days, you know, where I really become very pleasant while meditating, and I do not want to open my eyes at any cost, but because of the circumstances I have to open my eyes because this body has some function. It should like uh, the stomach remembers when it feels hungry, so for that you have to do so. But nirvikalpa is little bit tough, I think, which is not in my experience right now, but who knows, sooner or later it may be. But I will definitely share that experience also. So nirvikalpa samadhi are without attributes or qualities, they are beyond pleasant and unpleasant. Those who go into nirvikalpa samadhi state are always kept in the protected state, because now there is one story which I'm recalling now, like Adi Shankaracharya when was doing sastart with Mandan Mishra. Okay, so when her wife has when a respected wife has asked about the kam vasna and the knowledge of I think Kama Sutra, Kama Sutra, the textbook which is related to the sexual stuff and all those pleasure, dealing with the sex life and pleasure and all. So because he was a brahmachari, now this man was a brahmachari. Adi Shankaracharya was a brahmachari, and he do not have any idea, and because he was losing the battle, so that is why her wife, the wife of Mandan Mishra, asked about the uh, Kama Sutra and the knowledge on the Kama. Because he was a brahmachari, he do not had any knowledge. So what he did, he definitely must have gone in Nirvikalpa Samadhi and left his body alone aside, and then he entered into the body of the prince, some prince, and now that prince had some girlfriend or wife. I'm not sure here, but definitely wife or girlfriend, because princes are allowed to do so in those days. So there he got to know all about the Kam, Vasna, and all those knowledge of sex and all. And after that, he came back again in that body before it was about to be cremated, right? So many of the yogis in the past has done so. They have used this power, and sometimes people also used to do this when they have a very less time left, and their karmic memory has not been dissolved yet. So in that situation they used to go in this state in Mahasamadhi, in Nirvikalpa, and they used to work out their karma, and they used to come out again. Okay, so they are very pleasant, blissful, and static. Nirvikalpa Samadhi are without the attributes or qualities, so they are beyond the pleasant and unpleasant. Those who go into Nirvikalpa Samadhi state are always kept in the protected state, because their contact with their body becomes very minimal. Okay, uh, becomes very minimal. The smallest disturbance, even the smallest disturbance, like a sound of a pinprick, okay, mm, can dislodge them from their body. Now it becomes so sensitive because the contact is literally extremely less, right? So dislodge them from dislodge them from their body. So these states are maintained for certain period to establish a firm distinction between oneself and the body. Okay, So it is a significant step in one's spiritual evolution, but still not the ultimate. Though it is significant, it is not the ultimate. Okay, and Siddharth Gautama, I'm the big fan, big devotee, and he's my idol, my guru. So, like Siddharth Gautama went into, he has experienced all the eight kind of samadhis, but still he knew that this is not the ultimate truth, right? And then he discarded all of them, and then finally sat with the bow under the Bodhi tree, and took the vow that either I am going to get liberated from this dukkha, from this sansara, from this ignorance, from this delusion, or I am to, or I am going to die here, sitting in the same place. And he has focused his mind there in such a way, in such a concentrated way, that still that energy you can feel under the Bodhi tree, which is situated in Bodh Gaya, the land of enlightenment, Bihar. Okay, and I always used to sit under that tree, and very soon I will be sitting there. But the problem is mobile phone is not allowed there, until and unless you have some camera and stuff, they will allow you there. Definitely I will show you everything live. I will be back again when, but let's dive now deep into the wisdom by written, the book written. Okay, so the estate are maintained for the certain period to establish the firm distinction between oneself and the body. It is a significant step in one's spiritual evolution, but still not the ultimate. As we mentioned earlier, sometimes yogis go into the deep state of samadhis for a certain period because they want to evade certain situation with themselves, or they want more time to work out their karma. Right now I have explained all those things, right? So let us say a yogi knows that his life situation in such that the next day he he will have to leave his body. For example, there is one yogi, and now he knows that tomorrow he is going to die. He have to leave his body. Okay, but wait. Still, still his karmic score is not settled. Okay, but still his karmic score is not settled. His karmic account is not complete. Okay, so he does not want to go. Definitely, he does not want to go. No one want to go, because if he will go, what will happen? He will have to come again on this planet by taking birth to work out that karma. Because until and unless one has not worked out all his karma, good karma, bad karma, you can't attain the nirvana or Mahaparinirvan, which is called in Buddhism. In Hinduism, it is called as Mahasamadhi. It is not. It is impossible. Okay, so for that, okay, his karmic account is not complete. So he does not want to go. Instead, he goes into the Samadhi state for say a week or 10 days. So what he will do? He will go for in the Samadhi state for 10 days or for 1 week. Okay, according to his choice. Now he gets a short extension. He get little bit like 7 days and 10 days more to finish what he wants to finish. Okay, what he wants to finish. This is the way, this is a way of turning the clock back. Now in that way you are turning the clock in the backward direction. You are cheating the time, and definitely the time could be cheated if you are that level of ac- accomplished yogis. Okay, only they can do. Normal people, definitely they can't reverse the time. But now this is the way now. Yeah, so this is the way of turning the clock back. This is the way of deceiving the process of time. When someone makes himself neither the mind nor the body, he avoids the Kal Chakra. Wow. And you know one thing I want to say, that in Bodh Gaya, near Mahabodhi temple, there is Kal Chakra Maidan. Okay. Now this Kal Chakra is very important because of this Kal Chakra. there is time, there is you, and there is I. Okay, so this is a way the turning on the clock back, and this is a way of deceiving the process of time. When someone makes himself neither the mind nor the body, he avoids the kal chakra or the wheel of time. So one deceives time and stays there and gets extra time for himself. So one deceives the time and stays there. Okay. so so one deceives time and stays there and gets extra time for himself. Samadhis by themselves have no great significance in the term of self realization or knowing the true nature of the self. Many of the Gautama, the Buddha, okay, samadhis by themselves have no great significance in the term of self realization uh, or knowing the truth or knowing the true nature of the self. Many of the Gautama, okay, so many of the Gautam Buddha's disciples went into the long samadhis, right? Many of the Gautam Buddha's disciples went into the very long samadhis. They did not come out for years, not for days, not for months, for years. But Gautam himself never did so because he saw it, it as unnecessary. Because he saw it as unnecessary. He practiced and experienced all eight kind of samadhis before his enlightenment and discarded all of them. And discarded all of them. He said, "This is not it. Okay, this is not it. This is not going to take you any closer to the self realization. It is just moving into a higher level of experience, and you might get more caught up because it is more beautiful than the current reality." Okay, so you will be trapped because it is even more beautiful than the reality, so you will be rather even caught up in that beauty, but you are not going anywhere. Okay, so it is your goal. So if your goal is set, if you have if you have made the self realization a top priority. So now here the thing is that if your goal is set, if you made the self realization the if you made self realization the top priority in your life, then everything else which does not take you one step closer is just meaningless. Now suppose if you want to uh, for example, if you want to go to Kasi, okay, and if any of the way or if any of the path is not taking you even closer to the Kasi, what is the use of walking that path? That is completely useless, isn't it? Okay. So in the same way, that if your goal is set, if you have made the self-realization the top priority in your life, then everything else which does not take you one step closer is just meaningless. Okay. Now, what do you mean by enlightenment? What do you mean by enlightenment and death? What do you mean by enlightenment and death? So how are death and enlightenment related? Okay, death and enlightenment are entwined, you know, entwined in the sense that it if the life energies become entwined, entwined in the sense that if the life energies become overly intense, you cannot keep the body. Also, if the life energy becomes too feeble, you cannot keep the body. Only if the certain band of intense only if it is in the certain band of intensity can you hold on to this body. Okay, so if your energy becomes too high, okay, it means intense, overly intense. If your energies become overly intense, you can't keep this body. Also, if the life energy become too feeble, You cannot keep this body. Only if it is in the shortest, only if it is in the, only if it is in the certain band of intensity, uh, can you hold on the body. Okay, so if you if you raise the intensity, now if you raise the intensity beyond a certain pitch, see, this topic is literally a little bit heavy, but those who really want something insightful, they will stay here. Rest, for them, it will have to, like, they have to work out, they have to, like, do some research, and then only they will be able to grasp it. Though I will definitely try to make all those stuff as easy as it is, because uh, I'm just talking about the energy and life and death. So it is all about energy. Okay, and I'm really happy by sharing this knowledge with all of my cosmic family. So let's move further. If you drop it below a certain level, okay, you will die. So if you raise the intensity beyond a certain pitch, now what is saying here, that if you raise the intensity beyond a certain pitch, you, oh, if you raise the intensity beyond a certain pitch, you will get enlightened and live. People, you cannot keep the body. Only if the certain band, only if it is in the certain band of intensity, can you hold on the body. If you raise the intensity beyond a certain pitch, you will get enlightened and live. Okay, if you drop it below a certain level, you will die. Okay, this is the natural process. Most of the enlightened people cannot hang on the body unless they do some tricks with it. Now there is a great interesting stories with this thing right here. So most of the enlightened people cannot hang on to the body unless they do some tricks with it. Okay, either they should know the mechanism of the body very well, or they must constantly create some conscious karma, like some desire or some longing, uh, which will look absurd in the life because it does not fit into the rest of the persons at all. So people may think they are crazy. Oh my god. So people may think they are crazy, but they have to carry on with it just to keep their body going. Okay, now this is very important line here. Uh, Either they should have a, most of the enlightened people cannot hang on the body unless they do not unless they do some tricks with it. Okay, either they should know the mechanism of the body very well, or they must constantly create some conscious karma, like some desire or some longing, which will look absurd. There is one example. You know about Ramkrishna Paramhans. Now he was crazy about the food, like when he was giving satsang or the pravachan, in the meanwhile he used to start crying for the food. Okay, and they used to keep one rasagulla in his mouth, and then he used to be like normal. So those kind of yogis are also now, actually those are the trick to keep the body intact. Otherwise one cannot keep the body intact. uh, so like some desire or some longing which will look absurd in their life, because it does not fit into the rest of the person at all. Okay, so people may think that they are crazy, but they have to carry on with it just to keep their body going. Okay, so now this is the reason sadhana is inevitable. Yeah, so this is the reason sadhana is inhabit inevitable. This is the reason sadhana is inevitable if you want to work your karma out in stages. At Isa, we do not believe in the sudden enlightenment. Okay, if sudden enlightenment happens, most people may not be capable of withstanding it. It may cause either death or absolute introverting. Okay, introverting. If you do not know this, thousands of people realize in the world, but 90% of them will leave at the moment of self realization. The moment one realizes that I am not this, one cannot stay in the body anymore, because they do not have the maturity nor the understanding to stay and continue the work. So the moment someone realizes, they will slip out the body, and that is the end. This is why most realized being go unnoticed. Yeah, so this was little bit heavy, isn't it? But definitely you must have understood. So like most of the enlightened beings, in this planet, like in 100%, 90%, it is here that if you don't know if you don't know this, then thousands of people realize in the world, but 90% of them will live at the same moment of self realization. The moment one realizes I am not this, one cannot stay in the body anymore, because they do not have the maturity nor the understanding to say and continue the work. Okay, so the moment someone realizes, they will slip out. The moment someone realizes, they will slip out of the body, uh, and that is the end. This is why most realized beings go unnoticed, and that is the main reason why the most realized beings go unnoticed, because they don't know the mechanism how to hold on to the body. And someone used to create some conscious desire, and that desire may be very very weird. People might call them crazy, but they are doing so just because they have to keep their body intact. They have to keep on moving with that body, right? um, yeah, at ईसा फाउंडेशन, आई वॉज देयर रिसेंटली, आई वॉज देयर। मैं गया था वहाँ पे, और ईसा फाउंडेशन मैंने देखा, एंड आई वॉज ओवरवेल्म्ड with joy and ecstasy when I saw it for the first time. So at ISA, we do not believe in the sudden enlightenment. Okay, if sudden enlightenment happens, most people may not be capable to withstanding it. Okay, withstanding it, it may cause either the death or absolute introverting. If you do not know this, thousands of people realize in the world, but 90% of them will live at the moment of self-realization. The moment one realizes that I am not this, one cannot stay in the body anymore, because they do not have a maturity nor the understanding to stay and continue the work. So the moment someone realizes, they will slip out slip out of the body. That is the end, and this is why most realized beings go unnoticed. Okay, now it is a rare now it is a rare few now it is a rare few who attain a certain level of understanding, who manage to retain this body with their self-realization, uh, who manage to retain this body with their self-realization. It is very rarest of rare. Those beings are found rare. Those um, it is a rare few who attain the certain level of understanding. Okay, who manages to return the body with the self-realization. After self-realization, most of them go unnoticed. Okay, they just leave the body, but very few, rarest of rare, retains that body to share that experience to the entire cosmos, uh, for the human mankind, for the benefit of all the sentient, for the benefit of all the sentient beings, right? And they want every sentient being to be benefited, and that is why they hold on the body after the self realization, though it is very tough to do so. There is a lot of sadhana going on here at isa in the term of real activity for me programs. Okay, so now Sadhguru is saying that in the term of real activity for me, in the term of real activity for me, which is Sadhguru is saying this, the programs are very small part of my life, though they take a lot of time. The activity is very different. Okay, so that is how it was all about samadhi. It was all about the enlightenment and death. It was all about what is samadhi and what is mahasamadhi. That is all for now. Definitely I will be back in the next video, where I will be live and I will be choosing the next topic from Tripitak, uh, the words of Buddha, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and from all the sets of Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. But I practice Vipassana meditation, and I recommend Vipassana meditation to each and every person from any religion, because religion doesn't matter at all, because at the ancient time there was just one dharma. Okay, and that dharma doesn't was not discriminating between like Hindu dharma, uh, Buddhism, Jainism, and so on, right? But now these days it has become a political debate. Uh, any debate can't run further without talking on the dharma and all. But Buddha was not talking about this discrimination between the dharma. He was just talking about the pure dharma. The Krishna was also speaking about the same dharma, right? So I recommend everyone just practice 1 minute of Vipassana meditation. Just sit quietly and just focus on your breath. If your breath is long, it's okay, let it be. If it is short, let it be. If it is normal, let it be. Just watch it. And these days, one term is very common, like stress management. Stress management. I'm really about like I'm really confused why everyone says stress management. First of all, create stress, and then you are going to manage that stress. What the use of that? Why you will create stress and then after you will manage that stress? Why? Why to create that stress actually? Don't create stress at all. Do not create stress, and definitely it is possible only through Vipassana meditation, Vipassana Dhyan, and that is all. I'm leaving now. I will catch you in the next video, in the next live stream. Till then, take care, keep on smiling, and stay blessed. Love you all, and love you all. सबका मंगल हो, सबका कल्याण हो, सबका स्वस्थ मुक्ति हो. बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि, धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि, संघं शरणं गच्छामि. ओम नमः शिवाय. हर हर महादेव. May all beings be happy and peaceful. May all beings get out from all their suffering and misery. May Buddha bless you, everyone. सबका मंगल हो, सबका कल्याण हो, सबका स्वस्थ मुक्ति हो, सभी मुक्त हो जाए, सभी स्वस्थ हो जाए, सबका मंगल हो, सबका कल्याण हो, सबका स्वस्थ मुक्ति हो. And after bowing down to my master, to my Buddha, to my Shiva, catch you in the next live stream. Thank you so much, and Love you all, love you all, and love you all. Thank you. Thank you so much.